Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and today we are going to show you how to assemble the iRobotics 6, which is the first American-made massage chair that I've ever seen in the United States. Most of the chairs are Chinese-made and a few are Japanese-made, but this is the first American-made chair that we're aware of. It's from a company called Cerritos, and you can see that it comes in two boxes. We're going to show the disassembly or the unpacking of the box and the assembling of the chair for your enjoyment and for your use, and if in fact you get this chair and you don't want to order white glove service, you want to just set it up at home on your own. But let's move right on into the assembly then. All right, so this is the main body, the main box. This is the heavy one. This is probably the body of the chair. And I've got my trusted delivery assembly guys taking the chair apart.
Serious packing.
Yeah, there's a piece of plywood covering the top of it for protecting it, obviously. And oh, there's some wood inside too, so a miniature frame or pallet inside. Is that on both sides?
Yeah.
Yep. These guys have assembled so many chairs for me, it's probably second nature for them. Even with a new model like this, they'll probably be able to figure it out pretty quick. But this is a chair that is manufactured in the U.S. There are a couple of components, I believe, maybe the upholstery, I'm not sure, but there's some things that come from overseas, but the main components of the chair, the guts, the mechanics, the computer components are all made, designed, engineered, and made in the USA. And this is really the first chair of its kind that is made in the USA. So that is the chair back, obviously, with the rollers. You can see the linen that separates the rollers from the back of the spine of the user, or the back of the body of the user. And is there something in that box, Cole?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's probably some accessories in there. We can open that up too. And then it looks like this is the chair bottom here with the ottoman. No, that's probably just for packing. I think we can throw that out. Oh, so the box has a slip-off side component, so it's easy to get the chair out of the box. Now, when you have a white glove delivery to your home for a chair, they will do all this for you. The delivery guys, not necessarily mine unless you're in Utah, but the delivery company for white glove service will take apart the chair or unpack the chair, take away all the packing material. And you can see there's a lot of packing material. This is just in one box. Okay, so there's the chair body. This is unique. We can see the whole side of the chair, the guts of the chair from the outside. That's unusual. In other chairs we've seen usually some kind of a frame, a part of the frame that covers up the guts underneath, but you can see the whole thing here. That's fascinating. Anyway, so then we can just lift that chair out of the box, the chair bottom, the chair body out of the box. There we go. So it's got a foot and calf ottoman, as you can see. It's got wheels on the back, so when the chair is assembled you can move it. And it's got some plugs for the electrical components. It also has hoses for the airbags. There's hoses there and there, and at the back of the chair as well. And then maybe we could move that chair bottom over there by the wall. Free up a little space for us. Is it pretty light or fairly heavy?
I'd say it's like 65, 70.
This chair seems to be lighter than some of the other ones we moved. So, okay, this is the second box, and this one will have the armrests in it. The armrests seem rather large. You can tell from the picture on the box. Looks like the armrests cover the entire side of the chair. And we will unpack these little accessories after we unpack the main boxes so you can see what's inside, like this little accessory box. You can know what's inside these wrapped components. You can also see what these other pillows are for and where they go. So out comes one of the armrests. And out comes the second armrest. Are those the only things that are in that box, or are there other accessories? That's it? Mm-hmm. So here are all the accessories that come aside from the, well, this is all the parts of the chair. There's the back pad, there's the owner's manual, headphone jacks, tools and screws and whatnot, power cord, the remote control. There's the seat, there's the chair back, the chair body, there's a damping pad or damper pad, and there is the two armrests. There's the one with the remote control. You can see where the remote control pedestal stand is. And then you've got that other side armrest, and then you've got two little pieces down there that I assume go along the bottom, where the bottom of the chair is, just below the armrests. And there is the headpiece. So just looking at it, looks pretty simple, like nothing that isn't too extraordinary compared to what we've seen before in other chairs. And so let's move on with the assembly. I couldn't help but notice that there's color pictures in the assembly guide, which is fantastic. We've never seen that before. Usually it's black and white caricatures or schematics. This is an actual colored photograph, so it makes it very, very vibrant and probably a little easier to follow. Okay, so the first thing they tell you to do in the instructions is to put these casings on the bottom. So we turn the chair on its side. Go ahead and put that on now. And we were all commenting on how small the number of parts are in the bag, in this bag here, for putting all the miscellaneous parts for attaching all the parts together. It's pretty simple.
So loosen the pads.
So loosen the pads on the bottom of the chair, in the front and back, and then you put on the casing. You have to take that right off.
Yeah, it goes back in it.
Okay.
But
So you're learning it as we learn it, so you'll be able to see what things to do before, so you as we make the mistake, so you don't have to make the mistake, and save some time. You put that screw back in.
got to poke it a little bit. Looks like there's a little bit of paint.
Okay, there's a little pop out there. Okay, I'm getting that screw in. Is that gonna? It's a small little pop-out hole in there that the screw fits in.
I think there was just paint in there.
Oh, okay.
I think it's supposed to be a pop out.
Okay, and then you screw that third screw on, and now that casing is on. Now, do we do the other side, or do we do the armrest first, or just go to the other side?
I'm about to find out.
So after you've put on the first casing, rather than turn the chair over, the chair bottom over, and put on the second casing, the recommendation is to put the armrest on now, above the casing. Now, in the owner's manual, it shows the technician or the people assembling the chair putting the chair up on some wooden blocks, so you don't have to roll the chair over on its side like this. And I can see once you've put on one casing, you might not want to roll that over on the other side for fear of cracking the casing. So what we're going to do is, after we put the armrest on, we're going to turn we're going to tilt the chair body back onto level on its bottom, and we're going to lift it to the other side, but not rest it on the other side. We're going to lift it up maybe at a 45-degree angle, and have one of the boys hold it up while the other one screws on the casing. Okay, so what we're going to do before we put on the armrest and the other casing is we're going to put on the chair back. In the owner's manual, it kind of shows them putting on the chair backrest with the casings and the armrest all kind of at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach the backrest first.
Right here. There's just a place to sit it. I think right on these bars right here. Oh, okay. See them right there?
Okay, so there's little
Yeah.
pegs that come out of the chair rest, the chair backrest, that go up and rest inside these little grooves. So we'll put it up there. Oh, you gotta come forward a little bit on this one. There we go. Okay,
Is that one in?
so that's in now. Can you have access to the cords? Is it pinching off any of those cables? Hopefully it's not pinching off any of those.
Not pinching them.
Okay, good. They move freely.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how that sits. I gotta figure where.
Okay, once you place the chair back on there, it locks in, and then there's a lever underneath. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can barely see it there. Just a minute. And when can you point to it again? There's a lever right there. Oh, just a minute. Where's your finger? There it is. Okay, there's a lever right there that when you push on that, it'll release the chair back. Okay, so there's some electrical cords that come off the chair back that plug into matching cords on the chair body, and you'll notice that the brown wire lines up on one side with the brown wire on the other side, likewise with the red wire. So it's easy to match it up that way, but that's the electrical hookup of the chair back to the chair body. Okay, so now we're going to put on the armrest on the right hand side. So we're going to put on the armrest. We had a little bit difficulty negotiating through putting this piece on. This piece is supposed to go into the smaller circle, the smaller end of this is supposed to fit inside that hole on the frame there, so it kind of minimizes the movement of the bolt that goes through there as it moves. Well, this piece does not fit. That little circle does not fit in that hole. So we're going to improvise, and we're going to get this armrest on now. Of course, we're going to attach the electrical and the air hoses. Okay, air hose, pretty typical on every chair. It's two hoses attached by a connector, and it has. Oh, we need some pliers. So we needed to get pliers to open up the clamp so we could slide it up onto the connector. And so we've got that. There we go. So now the connector's attached. Then we connect the electrical cords, and bang, that is done. So now what we do is attach the armrest to the frame of the body. And that's it. Now we just have to bolt them on. Well, that seemed fairly easy, knock on wood. And then you can see there, that's where that plastic bit was supposed to fit, but it didn't. So we're going to just screw on the bolt.
I got it over here.
And that attaches the armrest to the frame of the body. Is that the only attachment?
Yeah, there's three.
There's three attachments.
Well, this one might actually be easier, not put it back.
Okay, there we go. That's attached down there. Okay, so there's an attachment there, and the way that it is tightened is through a screw that's screwed into the bolt, into the peg that goes from the chair body to the armrest. That's how you tighten the second attachment. Okay, and then the third attachment's in the front, correct? The third attachment is here at the front. You can see the bolt there. There, oh, there you go. So that one does fit into the frame. That's how that other white piece should have fit into the tube down there, into the frame. It didn't, but this one does. And now we can tie on the nut. and attach this onto the chair. Attach the armrest onto the chair. And it comes with a wrench to tighten that. So that's one armrest. We can lay the flaps back down and that armrest is ready. You'll also see that the remote control pedestal is on this armrest. And so one of the finishing touches of the chair will be to put the remote control on. And we'll get to that in a moment. But let's get on to the left armrest, which has the same setup as the right. Same cords, same hose, mirror image of what we just did on the other side. Okay, now first, before we put the armrest on the other side, we have to put the casing on. So as I mentioned earlier, we're not going to tilt the whole thing over on its side, or else for fear of cracking the armrest or the casing on the other side. So one of Cole here, one of our assembly guys, is going to tilt the chair up, and Jordan is going to get underneath and loosen up the pads, the floor pads. There's one in the front and one in the back, and while he's doing that, I'll also mention that he took out the screw here that we talked about on the other side. You have to take that screw out before you attach the casing. So he's loosening up the pads on the one side. There, and then we will, when it's loose enough, then we will put on the casing. Okay, so we have the final screw going in here on the body frame. And remember to pop that little hole in there because there's a little paint that kind of obscures the hole. Okay, now we're ready to put on the second armrest. And you remove that screw from the back peg. That's the one that we screwed on after the armrest was on to tighten that peg.
Yeah, also there's a bolt there, but you know, the little like black hand screw thing. No. Oh, it's on that peg.
Okay, so hook up the electrical and the air again, and you'll need those pliers. Maybe Jordan, you can get those for him to move the clamp. There you go. And then hook up the electrical. And you're good to go. So then you place the armrest on the chair body. And begin the tightening process. So now we're going to put on the seat. And you can see that there's 3 hoses there, each of them color coded, red, green, and white. And then there's an electrical cord here, a small one. And we are going to hook that up now to the chair back and the chair body. And just match up the colors. And are you going to need the clamp or the pliers again?
Yeah.
The clamps. Want to use those pliers? Is that pretty tight?
Yeah, if you slide the clamps down and then put the hose on and then clamp it, it'll go on a lot deeper, easier to. This one's head massage is cool.
And there's 3 hoses there, right?
And electrical.
They all kind of work the same way. There's 2. And then here's number 3. And then attach the electrical. Now while we're up here, we're noticing 2 other small cords underneath there. We're not sure where those go yet. We can't find anything in the instruction manual about it. So we'll see when the chair's done if there's anything lacking. Okay, so that's it for the seat. And now we bring the chair pillow, or the chair back pillow, and we zip that onto the top. And there is an air hose attachment to that on both sides.
Okay. That pad goes in here.
There's a damper pad that can go inside there.
You want it?
Well, I don't think we'll put that in today, but there is a damper pad available, and that goes into that little pocket in the back of that pillow.
Top of the Velcro.
Okay, and it attaches with the Velcro at the top of that back pad. Okay, so that's good. We're not going to put it in though today.
Come straight down first. Attach these.
And we attach the hoses down here from the back pad to the chair frame. Okay, there's one. Keep an eye on the clamps. This one had fallen off. We found it on the carpet, but it had fallen off. So keep an eye on your clamps. Attach that. And attach the clamp. And we're good. Okay, that's it for the bottom of the pad. And up top you've got to attach the headpiece. And there are 2 hoses there that attach to the headpiece. Good, and then get those clamps attached, we're good to go. Okay, headpiece is attached, and it's a counterweighted headset, or headpiece, so it's got some weights back here. Counterweights, it's very similar to the Sonio, and I wonder if that goes underneath that strap. I think it does. There's a strap where the cords come out. You can slide that. There we go. This is very similar to the Sonio setup as far as the headpiece goes. Okay, so we're almost done. We've got the remote control to put on. And we'll slide that onto the pedestal. And I don't know if we're aware yet of where the cord goes. Does it plug into the base around here where the power cord is?
Yep, same spot.
Okay, there we go.
Just looking to see if they want it. Ran through.
And then Jordan got the power cord. This is great. And there's also a headphone jack back here, or an earplug jack, so that's where the little earbuds go that we got with the chair. Okay, so the remote control's attached. Now Jordan's going to put in the power and plug it into the wall there behind you. And we'll turn on the power. And it's on.
It's self-diagnostic.
What's that?
It's got a self-diagnostic thing for things going wrong.
Okay. So that's probably something their tech support can help you with, but there's a diagnostic tool in the back of the chair. And so that, for all intents and purposes, is the assembly for the iRobotics 6. And the only thing that we haven't attached yet is the earbuds, which are right there, and we can do that at another time, but that is available to be attached to the back near where the power cord is as well. So that's the iRobotics 6, and we will begin testing it right away and see how it feels and get back to you with some subsequent videos. Thanks. This is Dr. Al Widener from MassageChairRelief.com. Bye-bye.